As a security engineer, you will have to configure the self-service password reset options in Entra ID. SSPR allows users to reset their password on their own without needing ID support. This feature reduces help desk workload and ensures users can regain access quickly if they forget their password. Let's understand various options available for you when you plan to implement SSPR. To access the page shown on the screen, go to Protection, then Password Reset in the Microsoft Entra Admin Center. Under the Manage menu, you will find several configuration options and we will focus on these settings only. When you select Properties, you will see a single key option called Self-Service Password Reset Enabled. This setting determines who in your organization can use SSPR. You have three choices under this option. None means SSPR is disabled for all users. Selected means SSPR is enabled only for specific Entra ID groups, and you can select that group once you click the selected option. All means SSPR is enabled for all users in your tenant. These settings only apply to end users. Admins are always enabled for self-service password reset, and admins must use two authentication methods to reset their password. Best practice in this case is you enable SSPR for the specific group first and slowly start onboarding users. Next menu option is authentication method. When enabling self-service password reset, you must decide how users verify their identity before resetting their password. These settings define the number of authentication methods required and the use of security questions as a verification option. Number of methods required to reset setting determines how many verification methods a user must provide before resetting their password. You can choose one method or two methods. In one method, the user only needs one authentication method, and in two methods, the user must verify their identity using two different authentication methods, which is basically the recommended option for better security. And we have already discussed the authentication methods in the prior video. If you select many authentication methods, two of them will be picked up out of the authentication methods that you choose. If you allow security questions, you need to define number of questions required to register, number of questions required to reset, and select security questions. There is the predefined list for security questions users can choose from. Just click on that 5 security questions selected link and you get the complete list. Note, security questions are the least secure authentication method, prone to guessing or social engineering. If possible, prefer Microsoft Authenticator, phone or email verification instead. When configuring SSPR, you can control how and when users register their authentication methods. Require users to register when signing in. Setting determines whether users must register their authentication methods when they sign in. In this case, yes means if users haven't registered for SSPR, they will be prompted to do so during the sign-in before continuing. No means users are not forced to register but can do so voluntarily via the SSPR registration portal. Best practice is set this to yes to ensure all users register for password reset. Number of days before users are asked to reconfirm their authentication information setting controls how often users are required to verify their authentication methods. If set to 180 days, users will be prompted every 6 months to review and update their authentication details. Best practice is set a reasonable time frame to balance security and user convenience and encourage users to keep their phone number and email updated to avoid being locked out. You can also enable notifications to keep users and administrators informed about password reset activities. Notify users on password reset settings. If enabled, means users receive an email notification whenever their password is reset through SSPR. No means user will not be notified when their password is reset. Best practice is set this to yes to alert users about their potential unauthorized password resets and enhance security. Emails are sent out to the user's primary email address as registered in Microsoft Entra ID. Notifications are not sent for admin initiated password resets unless configured separately. Notify all admins when other admins reset their password settings. If enabled, means if one administrator resets another administrator password, all global admins will receive an email notification. No means no notifications are sent when an admin reset another admin's password. Best practice is enable this setting to detect unauthorized password resets among administrators. Why is this important? This will prevent insider threats by alerting all admins about password changes and adds an extra layer of security monitoring for admin accounts. You can provide a custom helpdesk link or contact information for users who need assistance resetting their passwords. Customize helpdesk link setting if enabled. It allows you to provide a custom helpdesk email or URL for users who need additional support. No means users will not see any custom helpdesk contact information in the SSPR process. Best practice is set this to yes so users know where to get help if they have a trouble resetting their passwords. Custom helpdesk email or URL setting. If enabled, you can enter a helpdesk email such as like a support@yourcompany.com or a helpdesk URL such as like let's say sspr.securevantage.eu as you see. If your organization still uses on-premise Active Directory, you can integrate SSPR from Microsoft Entra ID to allow users to reset their on-premise password through the cloud. This feature is enabled using password writeback and ensure that password changes in Microsoft Entra ID are synchronized back to your on-prem ID. My recommendation is to click on the Learn More link that you see and understand what exactly you will need to enable for such integration. There are some specific steps that you need to follow before you enable these particular features. That's all about SSPR. Rest of the options are just for general information. Scan through it and see what you see to ensure that you are aware on the SSPR capability.